welcome to Xtratime, our very first in Copenhagen. We are here today with ESCXTRA's very own Rodrigo Romero Hidalgo. Oh wait, Hidalgo?
Hidalgo. So hi, in case you haven't got bored of me yet from the live stream, I'm here again so that, you can keep seeing me all the freaking time. So thank you for that.
You're welcome, Rodrigo. And we're here with Debbie O'Hare, who is with W12P.
Yep, I'm with W12P and Wales in Eurovision, if no one's heard of it, because we're only in our second year. Our first year here at Eurovision, which is really exciting. I am basically the co-presenter. I'm like the London correspondent because I live down there, so I go and cover all the events down there, like such as Eurofest, and yeah, it's good fun.
Well, welcome, Debbie. And I'm your host, Liam Clark from ESCXTRA, which should be obvious. If it's not, probably should look up and see what website you're on. So, first day in the press centre. How are we feeling? How are you enjoying it?
I think it's been a pretty good day. I think it's refreshing when things run smoothly and they run as they should, which has been the case today. I think rehearsals have been good. It's we've been asked quite a lot in the web stream in the live stream series to pick favourites already. I just can't make up my mind because I think most, if not all, or a few exceptions, have been really solid performances throughout. So it's been a great day of performances.
It's been a very uncomplicated day as well. It's surprising. Like other years, there's been things that have risen on day one. Here, there was. I feel like there was something early on, but I can't remember what it is. Everything's sort of gone very smoothly. And this is your first year at Eurovision. How are you finding it?
Good. Like you were saying about the press centre is really interesting because there's lots of people here who have been year in, year out to different Eurovisions and they've all got something to compare it with. So when I hear them say things, I'm like, if they're saying something negative, I just kind of whoosh, because I'm like, well, that's actually quite cool, There's a free coffee and tea machine around the corner, so what else do you need?
Yeah, the facilities are really good.
I think it's been the same for all of us in our first Eurovision, hasn't it? I mean, I remember your first was Baku, and everything seemed to be like pink bubbles, and that was me in Oslo. People kept saying like, "Oh, this is going so wrong," and I'm like, "What? This is perfect. It's amazing. It's freaking Eurovision."
Oh, the shuttle bus dropped us in the wrong spot. 45-minute walk. No, it's great. It's sunny.
It's the type of thing that you see like, "Oh, it's wrong. It doesn't matter. I'm exercising because you made me walk for 2 hours. I don't care. It's exercise. It's Eurovision exercise. It makes it better."
So, talking of today's rehearsals, we had 10 countries today. Any highlights, Debbie?
Ooh, highlights. Good question. Mine's gone blank. I really liked. I'm trying to really cast my mind back to this morning. It's been a long day.
Armenia, Latvia,
Estonia. They were my favourite today. And it was a shame because everyone does keep saying, Loreen, but no, I don't know, she's contemporary dancing. Loreen was moving, that was movement, more physical theatre, but this is contemporary and it's spot on.
I feel that a lot of Eurovision fans have a very narrow pool to draw upon when it comes to referring to something else. Amazing, it's dance pop. It's nothing revolutionary, but it's well-performed dance pop. Yeah,
and it works. It's Eurovision. That's, to me, that's the kind of music I want to hear at Eurovision, dance pop, music pop. So, because some of the ballads, they're great and they've got beautiful voices, some people, but it just gets a bit boring.
It's not what you're after.
Yeah. But no, it was really good, and she was so, she was literally being thrown around by her dance partner. I don't know if you guys got to see it, but literally, and her voice was just...
It's one of the things we wonder, how does she do it? Because there were a lot of rumours flying around after Eesti Laul that she was not singing in Eesti Laul, right? I think that now we've got to Eurovision where we obviously all know that you cannot do that, it's forbidden by the rules, and she still managed to pull that performance. Like, she really closed her mouth in the most elegant way, which is performing.
I think it was a bit of confusion with what was actually meant. From what I've heard, I've had it clarified. It wasn't miming that was the accusation. It was a second lead vocalist, and I mean that sounds plausible. Somebody helping sing the more powerful bits.
That's fair enough, but I did hear
she was
not anything earlier
yeah.
than today. People saying she did not sing at Eesti Laul, and I guess now we know that she did.
She did. She definitely sung at Eesti Laul, but backing vocal is possibly helping more than anticipated. But I mean, that's
for every
that's within the rules. That's not against it.
Yeah, there's a lot like that you've seen today when we were watching the very raw rehearsals, like literally obviously no audience, so everything's in your face more as in what you're watching, and there's a lot of hidden backing vocals, so therefore someone doing a dance like that, I don't mind, you can have one, you know, and still be as amazing as you are. So
Rodrigo,
no pun intended.
Rodrigo, highlight for you.
I've had plenty really, but I think.
Pick one.
Calm down. If I had to pick one, I'll pick two.
Okay.
I'll pick the Azerbaijani song because it's in my top 5, my personal top 5, and I struggled to understand what went wrong in Amsterdam because her performance was really bland, borderlining bad. So I came here with a lot of hesitation, thinking, how's she going to do it? Is it going to look well? Is it going to sound well? And it did. So I was very happy for that. So I mean, I have a soft spot for ballads. Everyone that has been around me in Eurovision knows that I'm a sucker for ballads, and this is a beautiful one, elegant. So I'm really happy that it came across really well. And my second highlight is slightly less musical, a little bit more sexual. It's the Ukrainian dancer who is absolutely hot. So that also made my day.
Estonian dancer?
I'll leave it for you. I'll keep Ukraine.
Okay, on the flip side, any lowlights? Anything that you thought was just so totally wrong? We'll go back to Rodrigo.
I would have to say Russia, and I would say Russia in different levels. The first one is the negative attitude that a lot of people are having to the sisters just because of what's going on in the world. Let's say in the real world.
We should add. Yeah, these girls are not Putin. They do not make any international policy. These girls are representing the country that they were born in.
Which exactly, and I just feel like some people are missing the point, and you know, people speculating is are the audience going to boo? They should boo, or they should abandon the stage, or just turn their backs at them. And I just feel it's a little bit unfair to two artists that ultimately have no fault in anything else. So that's side one of my low light for Russia. The other side is that the performance was actually not brilliant. So when you actually start looking at the musical side of it, I think they had a good first run, but something went wrong, and
it's a very weird performance.
It's an odd performance. No, visually it's just freaking odd. But vocally, I was expecting much more than we actually got, and I don't think it's a case of holding back, like we've seen a lot in other years, where an artist comes on stage and you think, okay, they're obviously holding back. I mean, we saw that. I remember distinctively with Loreen and Pastora in 2012, where in their first rehearsals, they're like, "Oh, fine, they're just holding back. It's okay. They're going to come round and it's going to be amazing," and they were. But I think with these girls, we really have a problem of actual. Performance,
which is odd because these girls are seasoned professionals. They're not your average teenage girls who are thrust into the limelight. They have been, like, even in their junior Eurovision days, they were seasoned. Debbie, low light.
Oh, it's a performance again.
Yeah.
It's Belgium. Axel. Surname?
Axel.
That's the one. Because I know he's that kind of singer and he only needs his voice, which is fair enough because he's got a really, really good voice. One, I don't really like the song. Never really have done. I think it's a bit creepy. And it just nothing changed at all from the national final. Like, nothing.
The problem is, what can you really change? Is there really something to change? I mean, I don't disagree with you. The song creeps me out a lot. I just can't cope with a 30, whatever his age is, guy saying, "Mother, you're my soulmate," because quite frankly, your soulmate should be either a girl or a guy who you fell in love with, not your mother. So it's a little bit odd for me. You know, people, it's like we can call Dr. Freud now if you will allow. So I would, but I don't disagree with you. His voice is just exceptional. So it's one of those times where you sort of feel like a shame that guy doesn't have a better song.
Yeah, I actually have to say I quite like the song. I think it's overdone in the lyrics, but you know, the sentiment is relatable. Dude loves his mum. It's just, yeah. Hi, Mum. You don't know how to use the internet, so you're not going to see this.
Hi Mum, you do know how to use the internet, so hopefully you're not gonna, disown me after this.
Tomorrow we have presumably another 10 countries. I haven't actually looked at the schedule, but we have more countries tomorrow.
Yeah, we have the rest of Semi 1 and then all of Semi 2?
All of Semi 2?
No, that can't be right, can it? Some of Semi 2.
Maybe half of Semi 2. No. We have some more tomorrow. Anything or anyone you're looking forward to? Debbie?
Austria, I love her. It's just a great song, and I'm really, it's probably the one that I'm looking forward to seeing the staging of, because it is so James Bond, and it's just a great song. And how I imagine it in my head is in the staging wise. I really want to see if that comes to life at all.
Rodrigo?
I think that anyone that has been mildly following what's been happening on ESCXTRA will know that obviously Wow Wow Where is my highlight of tomorrow. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Susie, just because she's the queen of everything. And I don't know, it's such a happy song. I reckon it's not the best song, it's not... she's by no means the best performer, but it's just such a happy song. And she's a good performer, don't get me wrong, because you never know how these may be interpreted. She's really good, she's just not the best. But the song's so happy. It's like a party. I said to someone, it's like partying in the year 2000, where everything was simpler and better, and you had no worries in your life. And she brings me back to that, so I love that. And on top of that, Greece.
Awesome. Well, I think that's all we have time for on Extra Time. Thank you very much for watching on ESCXTRA.com. Thank you very much to Debbie O'Hare.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much to Rodrigo Romero Hidalgo.
And thank you guys for watching, and just stay tuned.
See you tomorrow on Extra Time.